Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our La Liga career mode. We're back today with episode 11 and we're returning after getting through the sloggy season months in the previous two episodes. We've made it to the January transfer window and I'm going to look to play through the whole of January including the window and try and squeeze in the first leg of our Champions League last 16 clash away at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Loads to get into today, starting off with a bit of bad news. Yeah, and straight away on the 1st of January, well, you'll see it here, Yan Couto has been recalled by Manchester City and the loan system is so broken in this game. And of course we had that buy option for Couto, which I assume is now just redundant, but yeah, I don't really know what to do. We've lost our backup right back. I mean, we've not really got anyone in the academy that we could look to promote. Here is a quick look at the academy for you. But yeah, we've lost Yan Couto, so my plan was to keep the business quite minimal this January. I want to try and loan out Alex Jimenez and bring in a midfielder with a few names on the shortlist, but we've now lost our backup right back. And the ridiculous thing is, with Yan Couto, he'd actually sort of overtaken number one at right back. Martinez has grown a rating this year, but he's only featured in the 11 of our 18 La Liga games and half of our group stage games because I've been sharing the game time with Yan Couto, but I'm assuming we're now not going to be able to get him back from Manchester City. And as I say, I assume that that future fee that we agreed is just no longer agreed. I mean, I'm going to see if Man City will allow me to loan Yan Couto back, and apparently they will. I mean, this literally just makes 0 sense. I think honestly what I'm going to do is just take him on a simple short-term loan and then we'll reassess once again next season. They'll agree to a 40-60 wage split, so it looks as if Yan Couto is going to be rejoining, but we're going to lose that 33, I think it was, million pound buy clause that we had for Yan Couto. So if we want to buy him next summer, we're probably going to have to pay around 45 million. We've been absolutely screwed by Man City there. So here we have the confirmation. Yan Couto is back. He's probably thinking, what the hell is going on? This is the third time I've joined Girona on loan. Yan Couto does return, man. The loan system is just so broken. And before we head into this next game, big one against Atletico Madrid, we have got a couple of pieces of good news. So firstly, Dovbyk is completely back. He's no longer injured. He's dropped down 2 ratings, back down to 82 overall, which is a real shame. But he is back, which is fantastic news. And also, Gabri Veiga is probably around 2 weeks away. Of course, still got that transfer request, which we're not going to be able to get rid of. But he's about 10 days to 2 weeks away, so we should see him back in today's episode too. But the main one, Artem Dovbyk, is back. So Couto loaned back in. I think I'm just going to dive straight into our first game here. Quite a big one as well against Atletico Madrid. Barca and Real have already played, so moved 3 points above us. Looks as if this season is just going to be a 3-horse race for the league title, as Atletico Madrid are so far back. But still, a big game here. We need a win to keep pace with the top 2. So Dovbyk only fit enough for the bench, still trying to get him up to match sharpness, and of course he's not played football for 7 months, and Levi Garcia has done a fantastic job stepping in for Dovbyk. So I'm sure that eventually Dovbyk will step back in and be that main man up front. That's what, of course, Levi Garcia signed up for when we signed him, as Zigankov fires us into an early lead. He knew he was always going to be back up to Dovbyk, but we've got to get the big Ukrainian back up to speed, which is going to take a little bit of time. Speaking of Ukrainians, though, is Viktor Zigankov continuing his good run of form, who bends us into the lead here. Another thing to note, just before this game, I added... oh, what a finish, Garcia. I added Alex Jimenez... to the loan list. So I did mention right at the beginning of the episode, my only real plans this January are to loan him out and bring in a midfielder. Obviously we've brought Yan Couto back, But yeah, before we make any signings, of course, we need to loan Jimenez out so that we're below that 25-man squad limit. Looks as if we're going to be on our way to another 3 points here, as Atletico Madrid just really have not been at it. Well, we've been in absolute control in this one. I'm so surprised at how poor Atletico have been, but it's time for the return of the big man. Artem Dovbyk is back for Girona. Long ACL injury, but finally the Ukrainian is back, and I'd love to get him a goal on his return. Douglas Luiz into Dovbyk. First touches back from his injury. And Dovbyk sidesteps his man. Dovbyk is straight down the throat of Jan Oblak, but good to see him back and getting an effort away on goal. Well, there is the whistle at the Montelivi, and it was complete control from Girona, and that sort of feels like a game where we've overtaken Atletico Madrid now, potentially, in this save. I know we're only like a season and a half in, but honestly, that is a complete dominant display from Girona. Good to get Dovbyk back out there as well, and we'll have to continue working him back up to full fitness, but a great way to kick off the episode. Oh my goodness, I don't think I'm ever using the loan system again in this game. Armando Broja has been recalled by Chelsea, and I actually quite liked him, to be honest. He'd featured loads because he was my bench striker whilst Dovbyk was down. Don't really know what I'm going to do now. We could potentially try and loan someone in until the end of the season, or we could bring Mateo Joseph back from his loan at Celta Vigo, but I'd probably rather keep him out there until the end of the campaign. We'll make a decision soon on the striking position, but we've got our draw for the round of 32 for the Copa del Rey, and unlike last year, we have been drawn against a second tier side, Racing Ferrol. So yeah, looking to make it further than we did last year and go on a bit of a cup run. Still the lowest of my priorities, but it would be nice to make it to the latter stages. Vamos, Girona. So Dovbyk is back in the starting lineup for this one here in the Copa del Rey. I'm hoping that we might be able to get him a goal or two just to get that testosterone flowing and get him back to his goal scoring form. It's not him who opens the scoring, but it is Adrian Bernabe with his first goal of the season. I do expect us to win pretty comfortably against lower league opposition. Corner for Girona here, still looking for that second goal, although we've been pretty comfortable. It's into Dovbyk, and he's back. Artem Dovbyk back in the lineup, back on the score sheet for Girona. That's exactly what I wanted from this game today. Yeah, we've been completely in control today. Dovbyk again into Jimenez, now Bernabe. Lovely build up. Dovbyk, it's 3. He's finding his groove once again. The Ukrainian's first start of the season, and he's bagged his first 2 goals as well. Lovely passing move. 3-0, game over. Girona in the hat for the last 16. Well, a little bit of bad news to kick off this second half. That was a bit extravagant from Daley Blind, but you may have seen it in the top left-hand corner. Ilya Zabani's gone down with a little knock. I think it's hopefully just going to be a 5-day bruise because I didn't see any injury. I'm hoping it is just a knock, but that's the last thing we need is another injury. Oh, Bernabe nicks it back high up the pitch. Dovbyk in the middle, and it's squared across to him for the hat-trick. Dovbyk returns with a match ball for Girona. Fantastic pressing from Adrian Bernabe. Wins the ball back high. Girona have 4. Well, there is the final whistle, and it was total domination for Girona. As expected, a comfortable victory for the away side, and we do progress to the last 16 of the Copa del Rey. One step further than we made it last year, and it's great for that man Artem Dovbyk to return with a hat-trick and the match ball. So unfortunately after that game we do see that Ilya Zabani has gone down with the cursed broken toe. I think that's our first one of the season. Had a bid here for Arnau Martinez, which will be rejected. Also a loan bid for El Hilali. I quite like him as a backup defender. Can play right back, left back or centre back. So we will be rejecting that. But as for the loan bid for Jimenez, as I say, he is the one man that I really wanted to get out on loan in this January window. So it'll just be a short-term loan for now until the end of the season, and then we'll reconsider come the summer. And what I am going to do before we jump into our next game is just try and sort out our striking position. Obviously, we've lost Armando Broja. I would like to bring someone in to be our third choice, just in case we have another injury in that department. And the man that I'm going to try and bring in is the big Colombian, John Duran. Duran. I really like this guy in real life. Big fan of his. Just going to try and bring him in on a short-term loan from Unai Emery's side. I'm not actually sure where they signed Duran from. I think it was the MLS. But yeah, loaning him out to Spain, I quite like that one, as Emery is Spaniard himself. And it looks as if Duran is going to join up with Girona to be our third choice striker until the end of the season. So another loan bid for El Hilali here, but that's going to be turned down once again. Also a big bid for the captain from AC Milan, but of course signed that extension in the summer transfer window. He's our club captain as well. I've got no plans of letting Garcia depart. So we're just negotiating the loan for Alex Jimenez. I quite like that to Getafe in the top flight. Not sure how much football he'd get there, but happy to keep him in Spain, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of growth between now and the end of the season. And before we head into this next clash against Osasuna, we have seen that John Duran is in just on a short 6-month loan. Not a very realistic one. I don't see this happening in real life, but John Duran is in, and he will be our third choice striking option behind Dovbyk and Garcia. I quite like that one. Right, well, before we jump into our next game, we have had the draw for the Copa del Rey, where we will take on Real Sociedad. That's a tough tie there. As Real Madrid face Barcelona as well. Well, maybe we go for it in the Copa del Rey this year, because one of the two favourites to win it is going to be heading out. That's a really tough game against Real Sociedad, who are currently sat in fourth, but maybe we should be going for it. We'll have to think about that, as normally I would rotate for the cup. But Osasuna up next in the league, having a fantastic season, sat in 5th place and pushing for Europe. We're of course looking to keep pace with Barcelona and Real Madrid. Vamos Girona. Yeah, I'm keeping my my main focus on. Oh, that's a strong tackle on Savia. I hope he's going to get back up from that. But yeah, I was just going to say, my main focus at the moment is on the league. I'd love to go on a cup run potentially, as we exited so early last year. But my main focus has to be on the league, as Mosquera, what a header. He has cropped up with a few goals since he joined. I think this is his 2nd or 3rd of the season. And yeah, Mosquera, fantastic flying header. Well, maybe one last chance for Osasuna to nick a point given away. And now it's Dovbyk through the gap to Miguel Gutierrez. Doesn't get many. The left back, Miguel, he's put it wide. And there is the whistle. And it's all over here at the Montalivi. A narrow 1-0 victory. That was a really hard-fought win. Fair play to Osasuna, having a really good season. And I can see why. Really difficult to play against. Created some decent chances against us, but just couldn't take any of them. It was a tight and cagey game, and Girona managed to see it out with that 1-0 scoreline. So we keep pace with Madrid and Barcelona at the top, thanks to Mosquera's early goal. Hey, and would you look at that, we've gone top for at least 24 hours anyway. I'm sure one advance in the calendar will see Real Madrid and Barcelona probably win, but there's the Jimenez deal going through as well. So that Jimenez deal has gone through, and it's left around £11 million in the budget. I think I'm going to hold fire for now on bringing anyone in. We've got Villarreal next, who we faced in the previous episode and we beat. So, yeah, I think I'm going to jump into this next game. Villarreal away as we take on the Yellow Submarine. Looking for another 3 points. It's still so close and deadlocked at the top of the league. So, Real Madrid leading at the break by 1-0. So, whilst this isn't a terrible result away at Villarreal, it will see us fall 2 points behind the Galacticos, and we know how difficult it is to catch up with them once they get a lead. Savio with a nice bit of skill up against Herrera, his former teammate. Savio onto his right foot, sends it wide of the far post. Back to Lookman again, gets his shot away, and that's a fantastic stop by Julen. That's the toughest save he's had to make today. And he did really well to get down to his right and make it. Villarreal upping the pressure as they look to turn 1 point into 3. That comes back to the man who took the corner short. And again, Julen is equal to it, having to work for his clean sheet today. Corners into Sorloth. Danger off the line and cleared by Ruiz. Baina into Sorloth. Looking to score the winner, as he did last season. That's nicely worked. Mika has to be patient, and he's not, and Sorloth may have scored the winner. The big man has done it once again, and I just cannot stop this guy, especially on this ground. He loves playing against me here. Mika trying to get close to him, but he's just too strong, and then he bends it into that far corner. And we're set for just our second defeat in La Liga this season. Dovbyk again, was he onside? He's got Dougie in support! And maybe we will snatch a late point. Fantastic from Dovbyk. And Douglas Luiz, who's got a knack for scoring goals, has rescued us with 5 minutes to play. Is there going to be a late winner? Herrera dispossessed by his predecessor. And now Levi. And Dougie again. Oh, saved by Gazzaniga. Oh my, that would have been some story. Dougie will take the corner. I don't think it's going to reach Blind. It will come out to Valeri, who keeps hold of it. Valeri again denied. Gazzaniga trying to keep hold of that point for his club. Dougie swings the corner in again. Oh, it's headed on and it's in. And it's Levi, I think. Yes, Levi Garcia with the last kick of the game. A walk-off winner from Girona, who out of nowhere come back to lead by 2-1. Wow, that is absolutely mad. 5 minutes to play, Girona a goal down. 5 minutes into stoppage time, Girona leading by a goal. Tactical masterclass to go 2 up top with Dovbyk and Levi. And it ended up paying dividends as Girona somehow come away with all 3 points and do keep pace with Real Madrid at the top. Crazy end to this one. So, huge game here in the Copa del Rey last 16, away at the Reale Arena, where we've not won so far in this save. 2 draws from our 2 games. You can see the results here. Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Osasuna and Barcelona through. So some tough teams already through to the final 8. So let's see if we can join them. I will be making changes, as I always do for the Cup. Vamos, Girona. Pavlidis turns away from Mika. What a turn of pace, and he went for the Trivela. We know how much of a handful this guy is. Pavlidis looking to score against us once again. Lamar's corner is into Pavlidis. It's not him who gets his head on it, but it is Real Sociedad who take the lead. I think it might be Robin Lenormand who gets his head on it, or Elistondo, one of the two. It's a great downward header, and it is Lenormand. Great central defender in this game. And it's from a set piece. We don't concede many goals from set pieces. And Real Sociedad take the lead. I did expect this to be a really tough game, and that's exactly how it's panning out here. As Hato finds Dovbyk, looking for Zigankov. Oh, it's a great effort on the half volley, and it's well tipped around the post. Corner for Girona as we look to find a route back into this, and Dovbyk is denied by Ramiro. Scored a hat-trick in the previous round, looking to notch up here. And Dovbyk again, it's off the crossbar. Mosquera looking to keep it alive. Hato knocks down to Savio, and Sociedad will clear. Zigankov through the gap to Dovbyk. Can he finish? Oh, it's a great effort. And he looks like he's hardly spent any time away. Dovbyk looking to single-handedly drag us back into this game. And he and Alex Ramiro in the Sociedad goal just having their own little battle between the two of them. Garcia again into Jarrell, and he looked to bring it down when he probably should have just headed for goal. Well, still we trail by a goal to nil. I'm just waiting to get substitute on as I'm looking to go 2 up top and get the new man John Duran up there with Dovbyk like we did in the previous game. Zigankov round the corner to Garcia, and it's wide. Big opportunity for the captain. Final impact on the game as he is subbed off, and that really could have and should have been one apiece. Well, not long to play here. It has to be now if Girona are going to save themselves. We did it late against Villarreal, and we're looking to do it again here. John Duran gets away. Oh, what a way to introduce yourself to the Girona fans. John Duran with an absolute belter. That is unbelievable from the Colombian. Gets away from his man, gets half a yard, and then just absolutely unleashes one on that left foot into the top corner. It's not even in the corner, it's off the crossbar and in, Tony Yeboah style. And surely he's rescued Girona for the time being, at least. I think it goes to extra time before we head to a shootout. Oh no, that's bad news. That's bad news. Mosquera down. He has got back to his feet quickly, but the way that he stayed down makes me think that that's more than just a bruise. And now Sociedad looking to win this with Mosquera out of position. Shot comes in from range. It's behind for a last-minute corner. Can the home side find a winning goal? Corner swung into that near post, cleared by Savio, and I think that should do it. Still we play, and Mika gets something in the way and hoofs it into touch. We're heading for penalties. So here we go, Sebastian Aller up first, and oh, it's a great penalty. Went the right way, but we were getting nowhere near that. Dougie, the set-piece king, scores into the top corner. Good penalty by Dougie. Now Bryce Mendes, oh, he just caresses it into the corner. Dovbyk, I'm going to stay the same way. And the Ukrainian scores into that top corner. 2 each from 4. Melanquez denied by Rico. Going to change it up. And Savio scores into the other corner. Kubo up next. Sends it into that bottom corner. But still we lead by 1. Bernabe into that top left, and yes, he sent Ramiro the wrong way again. A save here from Sergio Rico will send us into the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. Reynoso scores, and now it's on John Duran, who took us to penalties in the first place, to get us into the quarterfinals, and he's done it. John Duran is the new hero of Girona. Scored the equaliser in the last minute And now he scored the penalty to take us through to the quarter-finals. But what a hero he's become already. And with these extra cup games and the penalty shootout, I don't think we're going to have time for that Champions League clash. So, yeah, we may have to rethink that and save it for the next episode. But John Duran with the heroics, Sergio Rico with a penalty save as well, and Girona into the final 8 of the Copa del Rey. Well, as we head into deadline day as well, we should also see who it is that we will face in the next round of the Copa del Rey. Please don't be Barca or Atletico. It's Osasuna, okay. I mean, there's some tough games in there. Villarreal against Barcelona. Atleti got lucky with the draw against Tenerife. And Vallecano face Almeria, both teams who did really well last year but struggling this year. Well, we're into the quarterfinals and I fancy our chances against Osasuna. Oh, and how bad was that injury for Mosquera? Thankfully, oh thank God, just a 5-day bruise, because that would have been a huge blow had we lost him with Zabani already down. Right, into transfer deadline day. Not planning on letting anyone depart, but I would like to bring one player in. And the man that I'd like to bring in is the Argentine Nicolas Capaldo, currently at Royal Antwerp. I don't think that's where he starts, but I really like the look of this guy. He's just a solid all-rounder. I love the high stamina. I mean, this guy is just my type of player. He can do absolutely anything. He's decent going forward. His physicals are fantastic. I think this guy could be a really solid pickup for the squad. 26 years of age, so still a little bit of room to grow, and 76 overall is more than good enough to step into the first team. We should just about have enough money to bring him in, so let's see what kind of deal we can strike up with Antwerp. So Capaldo is in for £9 million. It's a 4-year, 30 grand a week contract. And I mean, this guy is just perfect for me. Green attributes across the board, high work rates, 89 stamina. The guy could fill in anywhere and he wouldn't look out of place. The perfect squad player. And I've never used him before. I don't really know anything about him, but I really like the look of him. Capaldo is in. That will conclude our transfer deadline day. So we'll sim through the final hour. And I believe we actually play, yes, we play Valencia in just a few days' time, as we see a ridiculous offer for Garcia outside of the transfer window. But let's jump into this next game. It is Valencia, I believe, away from home at, no, it is at home at the Montilivi, as Real Madrid have actually lost. So Real Madrid losing pace at the top, and we look to go level on points with Barcelona. Vamos, Girona. A tough game here against Valencia. We're actually unbeaten at home with 9 wins from our 10 games. But, oh, that was nearly 1-0 to Valencia, fired just wide by Jurgen Strand Larsen. Well, second half is underway. Barcelona actually playing after us. So a win here will see us go top once again, at least for a few hours. But so far, it's been really tight and cagey. Valencia have had the best chance of the game. That effort from Larsen that fell just wide of Euland's goal, but so far we have not created anything in an attacking sense. Looking to change that here. Ruiz gets through the tackle. Ruiz stands it up for Levi. Oh, it's a fantastic ball in. Fabian Ruiz makes it, but it's finished by Levi Garcia with a fantastic header. Headed it back in the direction it had come from. Goalkeeper rooted. Girona lead. Garcia to get around Gutierrez. Dangerous ball flicked on, and Euland, well, he made it look harder than it should have been, and Jurgen Strand Larsen going close again. Ruiz back to Dougie. Now it's Fabian Ruiz again into Levi. Nicely worked across the box, and there's Capaldo. Dream debut for the Argentine. Sends the ball into the roof of the net. And Girona lead by 2, points in the bag. Massive victory here at the Montilivi. Yeah, that really is a huge victory for us. I'd made a couple of changes, mainly through fatigue and injury. No Dovbyk. Both of my centre-backs were down. Mosquera with that little knock, and Mika was unfit for the game. So really important to get the victory here today. We now move 3 points ahead of Real Madrid and temporarily ahead of Barcelona as well, although they do still have the game to play. Huge victory for Girona. So Osasuna up next in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals. They're having a really good season in La Liga. They're just off the back of beating Real Madrid as well, so this is going to be a real tough game away from home. Vamos, Girona. Dangerous ball that Pedrosa misses out. And there's a chance at the back post. What a save, Sergio Rico. Suslov round the corner to Couto. That's a dangerous ball. Savio off the woodwork and it's tapped home by Bernabe. And Osasuna with that big opportunity down the other end. A quick throw in from Girona. Catches Osasuna off guard. Suslov. Nice feet, and look at the run of Jan Couto down the right. And Couto to the byline across to Dovbyk. He's well and truly back. And Girona look as if they're heading to the semi-finals. Sometimes, no matter how good a team is, you've just got their number. And we seem to have Osasuna's. Every time we face them, just feel confident that we're going to get the win. Valeri down the left. Duran in support. John Duran, 2-2 in the cup for John Duran. Seals the victory for Girona and progression to the semi-finals. Limited minutes for the Colombian since coming in, but he scored in the last round, that late equaliser against Sociedad, and he's just scored the dagger here to send us into the Final Four. Yeah, it ended up being a comfortable victory in the end for Girona. We had that early scare where Sergio Rico had to make a save and bail us out, but once we got a goal up, it was comfortable. And as I said, we just seem to have Osasuna's number. Every time we play them, we end up winning, despite them having a really solid season. Into the Final Four, let's see who it is that we will face. So we've had the tournament prize money. It was Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Rayo Vallecano through. I'm hoping for Vallecano, but it's not. It's Barcelona in the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. That is going to be huge. But to close out today, we will have our trip to Deportivo Alaves in the league, looking to remain on top spot. Vamos, Girona. Ruiz looking for Savio over the top. He's done well, the Brazilian. Held up by Jakubishvili, his teammate. He's done brilliantly. Oh, the cross is in onto the woodwork. Dougie has his effort blocked. And Marek Rodak will pick up the loose ball. Viktor Zigankov with the acrobatic effort. And I think that may have gone down as goal of the save. We've scored some crackers in this save so far, but that would have been fantastic. Here is Dovbyk through the gap for Viktor, and he gets a little toe on it. And this time he does find the opening. The Ukrainians linking up once again. Dovbyk to Zigankov. And boy, is it good to have Dovbyk back. Oh, that's poor. Given away to Luiz. He ran straight into him. And Dovbyk does not miss them. Even on his weaker right foot, it is so good to have Dovbyk back. I think that's his first league goal since returning from injury. And he is going to be crucial in this run-in towards the end of the season. Boy, I am so glad to have this man back. Well, it's all over here, and it ended up being a pretty comfortable victory for Girona. The Ukrainians did all the work in that first half. First Zigankov and then Artem Dovbyk. First goal since that ACL injury in the league, and yeah, he made a real impact in today's game. So glad to have him back, and that will see us remaining top of La Liga to close out today's episode. And yes guys, that is where we will leave it for today's episode, getting down to the business stages of the campaign. Now you can see with 15 La Liga games remaining, ourselves and Barcelona deadlocked on 60 and Real Madrid just 3 points behind on 57, as both teams just continue to win. This is going to go right down to the wire, and I'm so enjoying this save, guys. I hope you are too. I'll catch you for the next one very soon, and peace.